All right, I'm Zach Sloan. That's
I
Ann
am
Luna.
Luna.
That's right. It's the Break Free blog thing that we do.
Blog, blog.
The vlog blog. Uh, our last episode, we were talking about well, meltdowns we've had. Not meltdowns, not like
Well, not completely, but
not complete, but
momentary meltdowns.
momentary meltdowns, which is a great name for a band. Um,
It's my
and
band now.
it's Ann's new band.
Ann Luna and the momentary meltdowns. No.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway,
At any rate, that's as much as I do love that. We talked a little bit about a recent issue that Ann had on stage. We talked about one that I had on stage. Now we're going to talk to Ann about what do you do when those things happen on stage. Now, last time you
okay.
talked a little bit about saying, Steve, play. But
Right.
there's more than that. We don't all have a world-class mandolin player in our family.
So it is lovely if you have a band that you can say, help me out, guys. Oh, gosh, take an extra solo, cover for me while I regain composure.
Mhm.
If you can do that, that's great. Sometimes you can't. But I think the whole point is you're trying to create space. Because for me, whenever there's that flub up, things start collapsing. And I feel small and I feel hurried. And so you're trying to reclaim your time and space. And so for me, if you can do that physically by having somebody vamp on a chord or take a solo,
Mhm.
that's one way. For me too, it's kind of the like taking a breath, so you're creating some space.
Right.
I loved what our former teacher, Scott Ferris, said too, is like instead of stepping back and kind of collapsing, if you step forward and kind of up to the mic, and so it tricks your body and your mind into saying,
Yeah.
okay, I'm not backing down from this. And it's that committing instead of shrinking. So physically, if you can do that, if I can get out of my head and this negative headspace of running all the reasons why I suck, and if
Yeah.
I can just like, oh, listen to what's going on and get back in my body, my fingers know what to do, my voice
Mhm.
knows what to do. And so it's not overthinking it. So yeah, if
Totally.
I can create space and get into my body, those are my major tricks.
And I would say the Scott Ferris trick is the one because my biggest struggle I have is that I forget lyrics all the time. That's even my own songs. And so what I have trained myself to do because of Scott, and I heard him say this, I wasn't even a singer at the time. I was just playing guitar. Um, but I step to the microphone and I just start singing. And if the words come to me, great. But if they don't, now I've developed the skill where I make up lyrics on the fly that it usually at least makes sense.
Right.
Because I do it so often. I think those are really, really good tricks. I find that the biggest coaching I give to my guitar students is if when they start to feel lost, is I say, just play, it will happen. Don't
Hmm.
think, do. And that seems to
Exactly.
work.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't stop.
Yeah.
Just keep going. Yeah.
Yeah. Just,
That's a lot of it too.
you take Journey's advice and you don't stop believing.
Exactly.
Oh, wait, no, it's Fleetwood Mac. Take Fleetwood Mac's advice. Don't stop. Um,
So I have
you ever
another
say
thing
something and you really just regret it?
often.
So what else do you do, though, Ann? Because we've both played in enough bands that it's not just been us that this has happened to. I've been on stage where my bandmate has a brain fart.
Right. So if I'm trying to help out a bandmate, so I'll kind of like step up for them and like really lay down the beat and be like, okay, this is a safe place. You are supported, and then I kind of redouble my efforts to connect with my bandmates and to see like,
Right.
okay, are you wanting to end this song early? Are you wanting to go back to a chorus? And so it's that you practice communication, and there's nothing like being on stage in the moment to really make you hone your skills. And there's the eye contact, there's the
Right.
there's the check it around again, or to the head, when you go back to the beginning.
That's funny.
So
I like that.
yeah,
Point
right.
at your
If you
skull.
have a finger, you can do that. Or there's the there's the stare down too.
Yeah.
Or there's just backing off from the mic and literally saying, And that's kind of what I had to do the other night is like, Steve, take a solo.
Well, I'll tell you, like, because your band is kind of a different thing than mine, because your band is much more of like a democracy where it's the three of
Right,
you who are all writers, you're all talented singers, you're all talented on your respective instruments. My band is I'm the front man. Like it's the
right.
Zach Salone band. And so I do a whole lot of I call it my band make fun of me, but whenever we get totally lost, and it doesn't happen very often anymore, but when we first started, I would do the James Brown thing where I just on the mic, I'd be like, take it to the bridge, and then count 4, and then we would just go to the bridge. Like no
You know
matter
what?
where we were, because you almost always remember the bridge because it's like very distinctive.
Right.
Um, that's one trick I do. And another trick that I've done a lot for when I've played with maybe more inexperienced musicians is as soon as I see, because sometimes I can see it coming on, like,
Mhm.
there's about to be a problem. And I just go over and I get ready to take a solo because I know it's about to happen.
Right,
And
right.
if it doesn't happen, that's happy. And but I'm always watching my bandmates to try and to anticipate these things before they happen. And the
Yeah.
nice thing is that with my current setup, if I freak out, my rhythm section is super tight. Like my drummer and my bass player are really good. So if they need to groove, they can. And my guitar player is more than capable at like
Mhm.
letting me hang back for a little bit, which I do frequently when I'm like, what's that lyric? And I kind of look around and I start walking to the microphone. I might take an
Right.
extra bar to do that. So
Yeah, yeah.
those those are kind of my things. And I think the other thing that Anne said that is really helpful is the nonverbal cues as far as you start to learn what each other's faces are.
You do. And some of that just comes from experience, but whatever the case, if it's somebody you've never played with before, you pay attention. We're all
Mm-hmm.
more intuitive beings than we give ourselves credit for. So, trust yourself and
Mm-hmm.
pay attention to people. Be willing to pick up on the cues that they're giving you.
Yeah. And I think by far the most important thing that we have not covered yet is how do you recover after something like this happens? And that's the topic of our next video. See you guys next time.
See you soon.